Hey guys, it's Whitney Fenimore. I basically wanted to come on here. I've been wanting to share this for a while, but I really wanted to talk about my struggle with depression and anxiety. With everything that's been going on right now, there's been suicides in my own personal life, and there has been suicides happening obviously within the media. It's heartbreaking, honestly, and it has been something that's been going on for a while, but I do feel like people now are starting to talk about it, and I think that's good. It's been maybe like a year and a half now where I feel like I have been free from major depression and anxiety, and I'm not here to say that, my story or my depression was worse than anyone else's, but just kind of want to share what I went through, and hopefully it will help somebody. I feel like I can't really be silent anymore. I was in a really rough spot before The Voice. When I was living in LA, I had to move home. I was horrible. I couldn't really do music. I was having panic attacks all the time. Everything, all my thoughts were negative. I felt trapped in my own head and my own brain. And I think with anxiety, they're kind of coupled, depression, anxiety. Anxiety is compulsive, obsessive thoughts that keep happening in your head that you think are true that aren't, but it keeps you from doing things that you want to do. Sometimes anxiety will manifest as a panic attack, and I had those, and they sucked so bad it felt like I was dying all the time. And I thought my life was over. I couldn't do the things I loved anymore. I was having crazy thoughts about my health, and I was thinking I was dying. It was just wild. My life came to a halt. It was horrible. I was fighting demons every single day. And I grew up in the church, and honestly, people would say, well, are you praying? Are you reading your Bible? And I have to be real with you. That didn't help me. It didn't. And I think what I ultimately had to do was seek help, talk to my friends, get a good therapist, and make sure I had a plan of how to get out of it. And listen, a lot of times people that are depressed can't even get out of bed. I couldn't. So I had to take small steps every single day to get out of that downward spiral and just start climbing out of it. Did whatever I could, from going on walks to having a gratitude journal, doing yoga. That helped so much. Yoga and meditation were huge. And then watching comedy. My favorite show when I was super depressed was Portlandia. I just had to try and do anything I could to laugh. Talking to friends, just trying to be vocal about it. For me, I'm a transparent person, though. I had to tell someone about it. A lot of people are closed up and won't say anything about it, so it's important as friends to be aware that even though somebody on the outside looks like they're doing good, maybe they're not. So always check in with your friends and family members. I got a therapist, I went to a doctor, I did take medicine. And I think a lot of people are scared to say they took medicine. Maybe it's not for everyone, but it was for me. And it's hard for me to say that because you don't want to be like, oh, I'm on medication or whatever, but that helped save my life. People ask me sometimes, were you suicidal? I don't know, but I had some wild thoughts. I'd never tried anything, but I do remember this one time where there was a man in LA, he was on a bridge, and all the traffic was stopped on the 101 for 5 hours. And he was about to jump. And firefighters were there, and everybody, they had the blow up things underneath him in case he jumped. And I remember just crying watching him because for the first time I felt like I knew what he was feeling. Like, I didn't want to end anything, but I did not want to feel the way I was feeling. Taking your life may seem like it's a good way out, but it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. He didn't jump, and I'm so glad that he didn't, but I felt like, oh my gosh, like, I never understood why someone would take their life until I was in that deep, dark depression of like, this sucks. Doesn't matter if a person is a celebrity or has their shit together. We all thought, oh, they had everything they could ever want. When you're depressed, none of that stuff matters. And I think it's so great when we tell those people you are loved, like tell someone you are loved, we care about you. But honestly, when you're depressed, you know that you're loved. Sometimes you do know that you're loved, but you're struggling and you're trapped in your own head, and it's a battle every day. And so sometimes it isn't enough to know that you're loved. That's why it's important to get help and to talk it out with people. I have to deal with my mental health and make sure I'm in tune with my body and make sure I'm doing healthy things, working out, doing yoga, eating right, all that stuff, making sure I'm filling my body with positive things. I have to like keep tabs on that, or I could slide back into something, but I'm better. And that's the important thing to know, is that it does get better. And I basically just wanted to come on here to say that. So if anyone has any questions or whatever, please comment, reach out to me. I will do whatever I can to help you. And know that your feelings are valid. So talk to a friend. Man, talk to your parents. People want to be there for you. And if you feel like you don't have anyone, talk to me. Like, just talk it out. I think that's the biggest thing too. But listen, like, it does get better. And there are going to be days where you think you can't go forward, but you can. And for me, I actually, going through my depression and anxiety, I'm actually a better, stronger person now than I was before I went through it. Just keep moving forward. Every day, take a step. Even if you can't get out of bed, try to do one thing positive in bed. I may like post more videos about this stuff because I know this was kind of like sporadic and the video's getting long. So it gets better, and hang in there.